much, Sir David. I firstly want to congratulate the honourable gentleman for securing this debate, because I think it's been an incredibly important one. And I enjoyed the case that he made in terms of the need for investment and focusing that around totem. But there was an elephant in the room during his speech, and that is HS2. I don't believe there is a credibility to the plans that he's outlining without HS2, and he seemed to be making the case that the infrastructure can happen with or without HS2, and I simply don't buy it. I think that HS2 is fundamental to that investment in our region and to the interconnectivity that he spoke about, and my honourable friend from Nottingham South spoke about. And so I think that the government who committed in 2010, I came into this place in 2010, and I've been through 4 elections in which the Conservative Party has spoken about their commitment to both HS2 and to the Midland Mainline infrastructure and electrification. And through those 4 elections, the consistency of the government's message about investment in the East Midlands has only been matched by their consistency in failing to actually deliver that spending. And I'm here now, 11 years an MP, and at every turn over those 4 Tory governments, we've had the big promises, we've had the letdown, we've had the dither and delay. And the Minister, when he gets to his feet, has an opportunity to finally tell us that the promise made in 2010, in 2015, in 2017, and then 3 months after the 2019 election, that the eastern leg of HS2 would be delivered, is not, as the government are constantly briefing, about to be a rug pulled from under our feet, but there is actually that commitment. And when people look back on this era of politics, I think they'll find it incredible that we had a government that for 11 years had its biggest infrastructure project and yet looked so unenthusiastic about it. I can't think of any government policy in history that has been supported more by the opposition than the government themselves, and that is the reality with HS2. Now, it is absolutely right that our region is taken for granted and our region is ignored. My honourable friend from Nottingham South referred to the difference in transport spending between the East Midlands and the West Midlands. In the East Midlands, the average transport spending per head is £287.32. In the West Midlands, just across the Midlands, £489.70 per head, almost twice as much spent on transport spending in the West Midlands compared to us in the East Midlands. So why is that? The reality is, I am a very unusual Member of Parliament. I'm a Labour MP in the East Midlands who isn't from the city. There are 37 Members of Parliament in the East Midlands who aren't in Nottingham, Derby or Leicester. 36 of them are Tories. And this government absolutely takes the East Midlands for granted. And why shouldn't they? When they look at that and they see right across the East Midlands Tory MPs being elected at the same time that they're failing to invest in our region, of course they will think that the voters of the East Midlands will constantly vote for them. So I think that there is a big responsibility on my party to face that electoral failure that we've had over the course of the last 11 years. And I look across the hall to lots of colleagues over there who were in seats that were Labour for many years. They are in those seats now. And the voters of the East Midlands and my party need to consider, if we're going to get investment in the East Midlands, then the East Midlands is going to need to be a more competitive area, because this government do believe they're able to take it for granted. Now, the honourable gentleman from North East Derbyshire referred to the Staveley bypass. That's something that he and I are very committed to. I did a recent survey and I know there's huge support in my constituency for that bypass. It's something that's been spoken about over many, many years, and Derbyshire County Council really need to speed up the process of getting that bypass delivered, because many of the projects that were announced at the same time as that are much further ahead than that bypass. But there is, I would like the Minister to know, a real cross-party commitment to that Staveley bypass going ahead, and I hope that we will shortly have good news about that. So the East Midlands region is a region that is crackling with innovation, it's crackling with desire to get on and deliver, but it is being held back, as the Honourable Lady from Loughborough said, by the failure of the investment in our region, and we really need to see that turn around now.